Stay tuned for an announcement at the end of the video.
Tell me, Jedi, how did you survive Order 66? It was your master, Vilaba, who laid down her life for yours. Do you remember her last word to you? Her last and final breath before she died? Tell me, Jedi, what was her last word to you? Run. And does your loyal and precious crew know you ran as your master fell? Abandoned her and the Jedi Order when they needed you most? What do you think your rebels would do if they knew their leader was a coward? You're even afraid of your own power. You don't have the courage to wear your full saber out in the open. Let me tell you something, Jedi. You're right to be afraid. That was a mistake. Why? Because you have no one left to die for you. No, because I have nothing left to fear. You were right. I was a coward. But now I know there's something stronger than fear. Far stronger. The Force.
What's going on, everybody? Futuro Productions here. We're back with another review, and this time we're going to be reviewing the Ultra Saber Spectre. Before we get started on this review, I want to go over a little bit of the history about the owner of the lightsaber, but this is going to contain spoilers for Star Wars Rebels, so if you do not want to be spoiled, skip to this timestamp right here. Kanan Jarrus, born Kayla Doom, was a Force-sensitive human male Jedi Knight who survived Order 66 during the Clone Wars, living on thanks to the sacrifice of his master, Depa Billaba. On Kalar, he met the smuggler Janus Casimir, who taught him how to survive as a fugitive. Going into hiding, he forsook the Jedi ways for some time, swapping his blue-bladed lightsaber for a blaster. After working with the Twi'lek rebel operative Hera Syndulla during the Gorse conflict, Jarrus decided to join her nascent rebel cell. As Syndulla's second-in-command, the two came to develop a romantic relationship. After the Force-sensitive teenager Ezra Bridger joined the Spectres, Jarrus became his Jedi mentor, despite still being a Padawan. After defeating the Grand Inquisitor in combat, Jarrus and his fellow rebels learned they were part of a larger rebellion and joined Phoenix Cell. During a mission in Malachor, Jarrus was blinded by the former Sith Lord Maul. After months of retreat, Jarrus restored his connection to the Force and repaired his frayed relationship with Bridger with the help of a mysterious being called Bendu, who taught him to see things through the Force. The reinvigorated Jarrus and his fellow rebels will continue fighting various adversaries, including Imperial Grand Admiral Thrawn and Maul, who sought to corrupt Bridger and destroy Obi-Wan Kenobi, the key to destroying the Sith. Regaining his confidence, Jarrus also taught the Mandalorian rebel, Sabine Wren, how to wield the Darksaber and helped her to rally the Mandalorians over to the rebel cause. As the Rebel Alliance escalated its struggle with the Empire, Kanan and his fellow rebels returned to free Lothal, a world which they had a special connection with. Jarrus eventually met his death around the year of the Battle of Yavin on Lothal. During the rescue of Hera Syndulla after Governor Adrinda, I think that's how you pronounce it, Price ordered her walker to fire on the fuel pod they were on, sacrificing to himself to allow his fellow rebels to escape. Following Jarrus' death, he became part of the Cosmic Force, manifesting as a huge Loth wolf named Doom, which appeared to Ezra several times. Later, Hera gave birth to their son, whom she named Jacen. Over 3.5 decades after his death, Kanan joined the spirits of all the great Jedi that ever lived, including his friend Ahsoka Tano, in encouraging the last living Jedi, the young aspirant Rey, to use their power to destroy the returned Emperor and her grandfather, Darth Sidious, at the concurrent Battle of Exegol. Now that you know a little bit of the history about Kanan Jarrus, let's talk about his lightsaber. For a quick size measurement, we got for the length from the emitter to the pommel, it's just under 14 inches. I would say probably 13 3/4. For the diameter at the widest point, it's probably about 2.5 inches. Yeah, 2.5 inches, somewhere in there. And at the thinnest point, it is about 1.25 inches. For a quick size comparison between sabers, this is my Ultra Sabers Fulcrum I got a couple years ago. They're almost the same exact length. The emitter on the Fulcrum sticks out just a tiny bit more, about 1/2 inch more. Grip-wise, the Spectre has a decent grip. You can hold it two-handed. You can hold it one-handed. Two-handed is probably the way to go, but I kind of like one-handed too. It's nice. Going over the details of this saber, we have a shrouded emitter, and then we have this little disc thing called a Tsuba. I think that's what it's called. It's basically meant to protect your hand from getting sliced or cut. Here we have the metal coating shroud thing that can actually be taken off with this little dial here. You unscrew that, and then it loosens up. I don't want to do it because take it apart. Square activation box. This is a anodized black, and then your pommel, and has a D-ring on it. Pretty beautiful hilt. Some of the added features to this saber is the CoverTech wheel, and then the D-ring. Now, the D-ring was used in the original trilogy, and it's on the TV show saber, and I wanted this to be as screen accurate as possible without actually modifying it, so I added the D-ring. But I like the simplicity of the CoverTech wheel. So it sits on a CoverTech clip, and that's what this is. It's just basically, it's a clip. This was used in the prequel trilogy. It clips onto your belt with this little tab here, and then basically you slide it onto the wheel, it locks into place, and then you push these little tabs on the side, and then it unlocks. And I'm pretty sure they're used in the sequel trilogy. That's, like The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. Another handy feature is this recharge port. Recharge ports are basically, you plug a plug into this plug here. It's a 2.1 millimeter plug. You plug it in, and you plug it into your wall, and you can actually charge the lightsaber without actually taking the batteries out, which is really handy for pretty lightsabers such as this one. The saber is powered by two 3.7 volt Li-ion batteries. Those batteries power the Ultra Saber's patented Obsidian V4 soundboard. Up on the emitter, we have a CoverTech wheel. Now, it also functions as the blade tension screw for the blade when you put the blade in. Although I don't know why Ultra Sabers did that. I guess it's just a stylistic choice. But it also works to hook on your belt. So you can take this entire assembly here, take it off the main body of the saber, and put it on your belt just like Kanan does in the TV show. Okay, so to put in the blade, you take your Allen key here. This is a 9/64 Allen key. You plug it into the CoverTech wheel, and then you turn it counterclockwise. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Then you tip it, and I got a blade plug here. So this protects the LED. And then just put off to the side. Then you put your blade in. This is a Ultra Edge mid-grade. So from Ultra Sabers, slide it in. And then, keeping this straight on, you tighten the tighten the blade with the Allen key again. And almost there. Blade's in. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it on. Now, I got it in Arctic Blue, which is as close to screen accurate as I possibly could get. It may look white on camera, but if you look here on the desk, it's reflecting blue, so it's Arctic Blue. This has flash on clash, which basically, if the saber was to impact with another blade or something, the light the light on here would flash. The only option you can get for the flash on clash with Arctic Blue is the Adagon silver color. So let's go ahead and try this out. So pretty cool. The sound font that I have on here is the Kanan Jarrus sound font from saberfont.com. Link in the description. I converted it using Evil Otto Jr. Productions technique for it, and his sound font of the Jedi Fallen Order sound font, I think it's Bracca Scrapper is what it's called. You'll guys hear his sound font on here in a little bit when we go over the features of the Obsidian V4 soundboard. But I just converted the Kanan sound font from that file. It was a Plectred Labs originally, so I just converted it to work on the Obsidian board. So we have 12 swings. I'm not sure if we're going to get them all in a timely manner, so I'll just do a couple here. Oh. The ceiling is kind of high. Hold on. Oh, hold on. There we go. Hold on. We also have 12 impacts, so let's try this. Okay, so and then we have our lock up here. So if you can't tell, this is actually flashing. It probably is too fast for the camera to pick up, but if you look here, you can see it, the flashing on camera. But that's our lockup. And then, so here's our power off. Now, the sound, you can change the different power ons and power offs. One power off sound effect is the, it's basically Kanan's, the line in which Kanan reveals himself to be a Jedi in the very first episode of Star Wars Rebels. I think it's part 2 of Spark of Rebellion. So it's a pretty cool sound font. And then we also have a tag to change the sound font. So I'll go over that here now. Now, when I first got the Saber, it had 8 sound banks, which had room for 8 sound fonts on the board. You can format it to basically have as little as to 1 sound bank and have maximum memory capacity. The higher the memory bank, the higher the lower the higher the sound fonts you can have, but at the cost of lower memory. The Kanan sound font is pretty huge when you put all the files together, so I had to shrink down my board's memory banks to 3. So I have 3 sound fonts in here, and I'm going to go over them here now. So to change the sound fonts on the fly, you press and hold the power button.
Come with me and be trained in the ways of the Force.
So that's the tag for Kanan's sound font. And then if I press and hold it,
confirm,
then it turns on. And that's the default sound. Whenever I turn it on, that's the default sound. So now we're going to change it to the second sound font, which is Evil Otto Jr.'s Productions Bracca Scrapper, which is Jedi Fallen Order. So we do the same thing again.
Come with me and be trained in the ways of the Force.
We press it once. And here's the tag. Then we press and hold it.
confirm,
See? Then here's our clashes. Lock up. Power off. And then our next one is the standard.
Episode 4.
So all the sounds from Star Wars, the original Star Wars, Episode 4, A New Hope. So if we press and hold this,
confirm,
there we go. So, I think having this ability to change the sound fonts on the fly is pretty cool. And then we just power it back on.
Episode 4.
Then we press it again.
Come with me and be trained in the ways of the Force.
Here's the tag for Fallen Order.
Episode 4.
Episode 4, of course, and then back to the main.
And be trained in the ways of the Force.
Press and hold to confirm.
confirm,
And there you have it. So, here are some clips of me dueling with my partner in crime and some just the actions at night. So here we go. That's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. This saber is a beautiful piece of machine work. I don't think I would ever duel with it. This is probably just going to be a display piece. If you're interested in picking one of these up, the base price for this saber is $184, but depending on what you add to it, the price could be as little as $200 to, you know, $500, maybe even more. For my grand total, it was about $481, but I used a discount code during the not the Christmas sale, the Sithmas sale, but it's technically a Christmas sale. I used that, and I got it down to about $400. So if you're interested in picking one of these up, I'll leave a link in the description for you to actually get the saber. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So until next time, this is Futurel Productions signing off. And remember, the Force will be with you, always. Hi everyone, Futurel here. I just want to give my subscribers a big thank you. We're almost to 300 subscribers. Woo! Alright, that was a little over the top, but I don't really care. In celebration of almost reaching 300 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a 300 subscriber Q&A special. So, if you guys want to send me in questions about, you know, my work, like my YouTube work, like how I edit my videos, what do I use for filming, why did I start my channel, you know, stuff like that. If you want to send it in, just comment on the following video, you know, on this video, but I will only accept questions that start with, "Hey Futurel," and then followed by your question. So, remember, say, "Hey Futurel," and ask your question, and that's the only one I'll accept. You guys have until March 12th, alright? March 12th to actually get to ask me these questions. And then when I hit 300 subscribers, I'll compile all these questions together, and then you guys then I'll do the video for that. So, until next time, this is Futurel Productions, signing off.